Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time for my week 9 challenges guide featuring the location of all of the dance at location things, like dance at the 3 ice sculptures, dance at the dinosaurs, the hot springs, as well as the secret battle star location, on top of tips and tricks for the other challenges as well. But real quick before we get into that guys, a little bit of update news. In case you're not home to see it, there's actually Marvel skins in the item shop right now, which is pretty interesting. But on top of that, if you want to help support me, be sure to use my supported creator code TheLlamaSir. I appreciate it a ton, helps me out and encourages me to make more of these guides. So if you appreciate the guides, consider using my supported creator code. It helps out a bunch. On top of that, hit that like button down below if you're excited for Avengers coming out today as well. That's so much fun. I know I'm hyped. And also leave a comment of what tier or level you guys are at. I always love seeing how far along you guys are in the challenges. And reminder, even if you're at tier 100, completing these challenges can help you unlock a bunch of stuff for like the skins and also get XP. But yeah guys, without further ado, let's jump on into it. First of all, with a quick overview of the challenges for this week, and then we'll jump straight into it with like the first one, then we'll get into like the secret battle star, and then soon after that in the video also like the dance between stuff. But yeah, speaking of which, I do have for you the location of the secret battle star from the loading screen this week, so we'll cover that. And then on top of that, for the challenges themselves, you have got ride 3 different volcano vents without landing. Show you a super easy way to do that. Search chests at Lonely Lodge or Polar Peak. I'll show you some chests that I like to go for and like sort of secret chests. Deal damage to opponents from below. Dance between 3 ice sculptures, 3 dinosaurs, and 4 hot springs. Show you the locations of those. Eliminate an opponent in different matches. Revive a teammate at a reboot van, and then land at location stages. Now those aren't in any particular order, but those are the challenges in case you're not home to see them. But with that being said guys, let's jump into it with the first challenge I want to cover, and that is the search chests at Lonely Lodge or Polar Peak. Now before we get into like different chest locations, first of all, which game mode is best? Obviously, you know, the fan favorite for doing this type of challenge is Team Rumble, but lately I feel like that's not quite the best game mode to do this in. It's always a safe bet as long as you drop on the location that is on like your team's side. But there's also the fact that a lot of people do challenges in Team Rumble, so you sort of have to like, you know, race your teammates to get the chests, and that's not always the best. So what I could also recommend trying, at least give it a try, is like solo squads or maybe the Avengers mode. I'm pretty sure the challenges work in the Avengers mode. Not 100% sure, so you know, it's worth a try. But if you go into a mode like that, you may have an easier time getting chests. Now with that being said, as for the locations, really they're both pretty similar in terms of size. Honestly, I can't say one is better than the other, but like for example with Polar Peak, you're going to want to try to go to spots where other people won't go to first. So like for example, I could recommend going right to the bottom into like the dungeon or whatever you want to call it, because if you go in there, there's a couple of chests, you know, hidden around, and then if you go up the steps, there's a couple of possible chest spawns right up here. So that's a good spot to check out. You can also then check out maybe the side buildings, because a lot of times people would try to go to like the top of Polar Peak or maybe the middle, but these side buildings have some chests too that you can explore that might not be picked up. Then for Lonely Lodge, you know, you probably know the chests in Lonely Lodge by now, but for me personally, I recommend going to like this spot right here up on top if you happen to see a chest there while you're gliding in, or you can avoid it if there's no chest, and then you can just go below and there's a possible chest spawn in the cave, and then after that run over to this building over here and check this, and then go over to this smaller building and check the roof. That's a good little route to string together, but then after that you can just look around for more and hopefully get this challenge done. And then after that guys, let's go ahead and jump into it with the secret battle star location from the loading screen for this week, which is the final battle star of this season, which is crazy to say guys. How is it already week 9 of season 8? That is just absolutely crazy to me. Time really does fly, but yeah, I do know the location of it, so let's go ahead and jump into it. As you guys know, since this week is a battle star, next week will likely be a banner for the final week of season 8, so gonna be pretty crazy. But yeah guys, first of all, before even trying to do this challenge, in case you are new to them, I just like to go over this reminder, but you do need to unlock the week 9 loading screen before trying to get the specific week 9 star. Like, it won't show up on the map at all unless you have the loading screen. It's specifically like, you know, a loading screen type challenge, so you do have to unlock that, and basically the way that you unlock it is by completing 9 full weeks of challenges. That means completing the 7 challenges for each week, and as you guys know, I got you covered on all of those challenges, but make sure you complete 9 weeks, unlock the loading screen for week 9, and that means you can then go ahead and find this battle star on the map. And let's just go ahead and get into it with the location of this one, but basically, to find this battle star, you need to jump into really any match beside Playground. Doesn't matter if it's solo or an LTM, I'm pretty sure, but go into a match and then head over to the Vikings village, sort of near Polar Peak, in between Polar Peak and Snobby Shores, as you can see right here. Now, once you're in there, you simply want to go to the, the big ship on top of Polar Peak. Now, I'm pretty sure the star is somewhere up here. I'm not exactly sure of the exact location because I haven't quite completed all of the challenges yet this week. But as you guys know, Epic Games likes to hide a clue inside of the loading screen, which has been floating around a lot on like Reddit and Twitter. But I do know that the clue points towards it being somewhere on this. Now, with that being said, could be like on the main deck. I'm pretty sure it's more so towards the front. Could also be on top of the llama itself, but just move around a little bit. You know, it'll show up once you get close to it. Again, as long as you've completed all of the challenges for 9 total weeks. And if for whatever reason the location of it changes or there's some bug, simply check the pinned comment down below for updates, but that should be where it is. So yeah, keeping it going here with the next challenge I want to cover, which is the ride 3 different volcano vents without landing. And then right after this one, we'll jump into the dance between 3 whatever ice sculptures, 3 dinosaurs, 4 hot springs, the locations of that stuff. But I wanted to real quick go over this one because it is easy, but in case you don't know of a like good location to go to, or like the best location for this by far is to simply drop like in front of the volcano. If you go to like the one that's up towards the top, like as you can see here, for example, I am doing this in Playground just to show you. As always, I show you in Playground because it's easier to show you, but the challenges don't actually work in Playground. But yeah, we're getting off track. Basically, if you go to this like higher up volcano vent at the volcano, you can then just, you know, have that height to ride down to like, for example, this vent right here, and then maybe go to the right and hit this third vent, and that should be 3, very easy. Or you can go like to the left a little bit, go more towards like Lonely Lodge or something like that. So maybe you want to do this challenge first and then go over and try to find some chests. I don't know, that might be a way to save time. But yeah, guys, this challenge is pretty easy overall. And then following that up, we have the dance between 3 ice sculptures, 3 dinosaurs, and 4 hot springs. This is a stage challenge, so you are going to have to do each of them, I believe, in different games. But don't worry, guys, I got the locations of the stuff for you right here. And by the way, guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more challenge guides coming up in the near future, especially with week 10 and the new season just around the corner. You know I got you guys covered on the locations of stuff and just how to get the challenges done fast, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, guys, let's start it off here with the 3 ice sculptures. Now, you may or may not remember where this one is because it's a location that I'm pretty sure one of the other challenges from like a past week was at. I think it was one that involved a star, but basically in order to find this one, you actually do want to go near Polar Peak. So maybe you want to actually start off doing Polar Peak and going for chests, and then you can go over to this location, which is on like the southwest side of Polar Peak. But you simply go into this forest down here and you'll find these 3 ice sculptures in like a sort of circle or triangle, whatever you want to say. And if you dance in the middle of those, it should complete that. But then moving on to the next one after that, you then have 3 dinosaurs, which is definitely pretty interesting. 3 dinosaurs, huh? But yeah, guys, got the location of this as well. So basically for this one, you're going to want to go to the desert biome. So even if you were able to do these in the same match, again, I'm pretty sure you can't. They're pretty far away from each other, so it's like it wouldn't even really matter. But yeah, guys, you want to go into the desert biome and basically go over to sort of where that village is, but more so to the east of it alongside the road, and you should find these 3 dinosaur sculptures, you know, along the road. So basically you want to go in between those, simply do a dance and emote. Doesn't really matter which one, I'm pretty sure. But all you need to do is go to this location right here and you should have that part done as well. And then after that, we have one more part to this challenge, and that is to dance in the or between 4 hot springs. Now this one is probably the toughest one, but don't worry, got you covered on it. Basically the 4 hot springs is towards the north side of the map in the jungle biome, but again, more so towards the north side of the map. So basically just follow where I'm showing you right here. If you go up towards this area, you'll be able to find these 4 hot springs, which are these like different, you know, mini lakes or whatever you want to call them. But as you can see, there are 4 of them. So if you go in between those, do a dance to complete the challenge. This should be the 3rd location done. Keeping it going here though, we have a few more challenges to cover, such as this one right here, which really isn't that difficult. It's the one where you have to deal damage to players that are above you. And honestly, there's really only one tip I can give you for this one, and that is to do Team Rumble. You know, wait until later in the game where people are, you know, building up, and then just try to deal damage to players from below. It's a pretty straightforward challenge, but as long as you do Team Rumble, you know, with respawns and stuff like that, you should be able to, you know, work your way towards this challenge and eventually get it done. Keeping it going here with the next challenge, which is pretty easy, but the tough part is that you have to have a teammate to play with, because this challenge is to revive a teammate at a reboot van. So obviously, you know, you need a teammate. Now with that being said, it is a pretty easy challenge, but if you don't have a teammate to play with, as always guys, I recommend checking out my affiliate gamer link. It's a free app to download on iOS iOS and Android, and it has a specific section, the LFG section, which can help you find teammates. You can, create something saying you're looking for a teammate, or you can search through what other people have put up and try and find a teammate that way. But it's free to download, so be sure to check it out. There will be a link down below in the description. But with that being said, that can help you find a teammate to play with and get this challenge done, because obviously your teammate needs to get, eliminated. Then you need to pick up their revive card and bring it to a reboot van, and then obviously that's how you complete the challenge, using a reboot van. Now keeping it going here with the next challenge, which real quick, it doesn't even really need that much of an explanation because it's probably the easiest challenge of all time, and that is to eliminate an opponent in different matches. Come on, that is not even a challenge. That is probably, that's got to be the easiest challenge we have ever had, right? Eliminate an opponent in different matches? Basically, that's just play Fortnite. But either way, hey, it's an easy challenge. We can get some battle stars towards our battle pass or XP, doesn't really matter. But basically for this one, I actually do have a recommendation, and that is to do something like solo or squad, or maybe the new end game type mode. And the reason for that is because you may actually end up getting eliminated after getting an elimination. But honestly, overall, I would just recommend going for the other challenges first, and you'll probably end up getting some eliminations anyways. This one's really easy, but then following that up with the final challenge for this week, which is also pretty straightforward, but honestly, it just takes time. It is the land at location stages. Now with this one, I do actually have a tip that can help you out quite a bit and get this challenge done, pretty easily, even if you mess it up. But basically, this is a tip for, again, if you forget to do it and you forget to land at the location right off the start, you can still do it if you go into a specific mode. Or I guess it doesn't have to be a specific mode, it just has to be a mode where you have redeploy, or I believe you can pick up the item redeploy. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that if you go into something like Team Rumble and you forget to land at one of these locations, you can make your way over to the location and simply build up a little bit and then use your redeploy to re-land at that location, and that should count as well. I believe that has worked for previous weeks, so it's something to keep in mind in case you do forget, or you're just playing Team Rumble for fun before doing your challenges and you happen to be at one of these locations. So yeah guys, but that challenge is pretty easy to finish it out here, and that is going to be it for today's video. Now if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below because week 10 is just around the corner, and then season 9, and I got you guys covered. But following that up, you can check out my previous week here on the left on the screen, and then on the right another fun video I'm sure you'll enjoy. But other than that guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.